following is a presentation of the Belly Up Sports Media Network.
And I'm ready to go crazy because the Celtics are going all the way.
Hey, Nick, go handle our light work.
Bowl games matter.
I would like a cold cut sandwich.
Attaboy, Hartford.
You can call him Eamon Owens because he ain't got no D and he ain't got no J.
James Madison.
Turn your body cams off. Do what you do.
Hey, everybody, what is going on? It is Tuesday night. That means it's time for another edition of Craft Brewed Sports. I am Mike. With me, as always, is Scott. Scott, good job holding it down last week, man.
I'm so glad you're back. Yeah, I mean, it was fun. It was the best of, like, each time out we get a little bit better, but geez, man, that silence at the beginning of the episode's trying to find the buttons and the the assisted close by Matt Barr. We got some things to work on.
Wait, what are you talking about, Scott? Because our audio-only listeners, I don't think, have any idea what you're referencing.
That's true.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Then I didn't post the episode afterwards. I was betting 1,000 this week. Yeah, you can't leave again. Just FYI. Or you got to take the studio with you on vacation. God.
In fairness to you, that's 2 days in a row that you stay up late for a podcast. So I get it. I'm not blaming you for not posting the
Well,
audio.
and just the second night, it just totally slipped in my mind. I'm so used to getting done with the Tonight Show, and I'm just like, all right, I got to go to bed. It's 2 nights in a row being up till 10, and I'm dying. And yeah, I just never thought about it.
Be honest, Scott. When you sign off at the end of the podcast tonight, you're saying to yourself, all right, man, I did it. I made it through another work week. Because
it really feels like
it. Really feels that way, like, right? Because it's like, this is like
honestly,
your halfway point, and then,
getting to Wednesday is a feat. I'm always just like, all right, now the rest of the week.
Downhill from here, right?
So yeah, I'm very happy to see you, Mike. Very happy to see you.
Thank you. And shout out to Matt Barr for filling in as well. Appreciate you, Matt Barr. Even though I think he's behind because he said they might actually be late starting this one, even though we had already been talking for a minute at that point. But yeah, appreciate you guys. I do have a confession. I gotta confess this right up at the top. You guys were talking about curving the brims of the hats and being a professional at that.
Oh,
my wife got me a Reds City Connect hat because I didn't have any good Reds hats left. They were all kind of old and ratty, and she was like, you need a new hat. So she got me a City Connect hat. And I went to curve the brim, and when I curved it, the brim broke in 3 places.
Oh, shit.
3 places. It's like a point at the top and then a point at the sides.
Oh,
and then
no.
I don't have the heart to tell her this hat is ruined and I can.
Oh, no, you take that back. You absolutely take that. That's a manufacturer defect. That shit's still under warranty. I would be out. They owe you 2 hats, actually. For that.
I was so disappointed in myself. I was like, I can't. It did, Sarah. It broke in thrice. So when you guys were talking about that, I was like, oh my God, I'm so disappointed. Yes, Matt. Oh, Michael. Oh no. I know it's a shameful thing that as a 40-year-old man, I could not curve the hat. And I broke it in 3 places. I'm not going to wear that one like I did with the big Cincy hat though. That's, but thank you guys for doing the show. You missed the Lou Holtz thing at the end. That's fine. Whatever. That's okay. It'll just be my little touch on the show. Just got to play a Lou Holtz drop at the end.
So now we have 2 Easter eggs so that people know if Scott was running the board. The reasons is he didn't play Lou Holtz drop and he doesn't upload the audio. 2 indicators that if it's a non-Mike MC show.
Also, if I'm not here, that's also a pretty good indicator that it's not a Mike MC show. We got an awesome one for you guys tonight. We got to talk about these Torpedo Bats. We also have to talk the A's being a complete poverty franchise and what they're doing in Sacramento. We have the White Soxist way to cover a field that I've ever seen. Drew is excited about Coastal Carolina this year after what they announced.
My team now. Sorry, Notre Dame, but you got to meet me where I am, and CC knows how to do it.
Coach Prime had a crazy idea for the spring game that he wants to do that the NCAA kind of shut down. Tons to get to. Plus, guys, I got a tennis story tonight. That's how I'm coming back on fire, bringing in a tennis story for you guys.
Rex is
We
going
will
to be
get
so
to
excited.
all of those, plus more. Before we do that, let's talk about these beers that we were drinking tonight. We're rating them, as always, on Caesar's scale, dog or no dog. Scott, what is in your mug tonight, dog or no dog?
I wanted to experience Purple Drink with you, and so it was a four pack. I had 2 cans last week. I didn't even budge. I actually had to prevent myself from drinking some of the Purple Drink over the weekend because I really wanted to.
It's always tough.
It was really delicious. So yeah, I'm back again with melt some peach plum THC.
You're drinking the lean, the THC.
Yeah. Yeah, I really am. It's so good, so good. I also think this is what it must have tasted like. This is what a flaming Homer tastes like. I have to imagine if you could taste the flaming Homer, if I could light this bad boy on fire. I'm not gonna, probably not smart. But if I did, I'd imagine that this would a flaming Homer taste like, and it's such a dog.
I gotta find that one.
Dude, I went looking for more. I was like, I'm upset because it was the only 4-pack they had of this flavor. So I'm going to have to see if they restock or I can run into it again. But this one is...
Who's that one by?
It's the same company that I had before. It is a Modest Brewing Company.
Modest Brewing, okay.
One out of Minneapolis.
I will keep eyes out too. If I find one down here, I'll let you know, and then you can plan a weekend excursion to come down to Cincinnati.
That sounds about right.
We'll plan that 2 or 3 months out, and I'll come get the beer.
Just whatever you can take some time off of work and leave the kids with Cheryl and make the trip
Pack
down.
up the whole
Venture
fam.
down.
Mookie, what is in your mug tonight? Dog or no dog?
Well, it didn't start off great. I had 2 separate beers blow up on me pre-show. Now, granted, they are both 3 years old, so probably my own fault. So we then went and opted for something somewhat safe, close to home. Mad Tree's Red IPA rounding third. I figured, I had 2 failed starts. Why not throw a ball and do a baseball beer? It's good. It's okay. It's got to be. It's not a dog. So I have to say it's a dog, but I'm not very convinced. So we'll see. We'll see how it holds up. I don't know.
Can I be honest? I'm not a rounding third fan. It's okay.
Yeah, okay. It is very okay.
It's serviceable.
It's what was
it's
it?
Number 8 hitter.
Rheingeist had the Hustle, their red IPA.
Hustle also.
I see. I liked Hustle. Fuck Pete Rose, but I like.
What is the? Which one is rounding third? Who makes that? Is that Mad Trees? Okay.
That's Mad Trees,
yeah. It's very mid, as the kids say.
Yeah. It is not a torpedo bat.
ChatGPT threw mid in the description of this episode, and I was like, I'm leaving that. That's fantastic. Thank you, ChatGPT, for making us not look like a bunch of 40-year-olds, or making us look worse for a bunch of 40-year-olds using the word mid in the description of the video.
I will say, peel back the curtain. I was cracking up because last week after the show, it was like, hey, do you want to download the AI clips? I was like, yeah, all right, let me grab them because I don't know how Mike normally does that or whatever. I was dying just looking at the titles, knowing the segments that we talked about, and just going, I mean, it's like half right, but in the most wrong way possible. Like it was the one of them. Sorry, Matt Barr in advance, but thank you for your service. One of them was the New York Mets, a team of destiny? ? And I was like, he said they were a team of destiny last year. But all right, cool. That's a nice dig to throw, ChatGPT. Well done.
I do like the AI generated clips. I never use them though. Like they generate them and I go through them and I'm like, I'll find my own.
They're like 80% right, but just the 20% they get wrong makes it all unusable.
And then they cut them in weird spots, and I'm just like, no, this could be way better. We're not gonna. Thank you for the idea of where to start, but I got it from here.
It's like, oh, that was cute. That was cute. You tried.
All right, let's see what you guys are drinking in the comments here. By the way, Biscuit with a great idea. I've got to secretly replace the hat like it's a dead goldfish. Like just find the exact same hat and swap them out and make sure she doesn't know. That's probably the way to do
Until
it.
You tap that bill too, and then inevitably you're doomed.
So mad. I'm so mad about it.
Or you could admit to your wife that you're less of a man and you broke the brim.
I don't know why we're not blaming the manufacturer here. We're just choosing to blame Mike.
Because I haven't broken the brim of one of my hats since Little League and, like second grade, when they give you the cheap ones. Or it was just a stiff piece of cardboard.
Dude,
it was immediately broken. Like the minute you tried to cut,
because the foam sat so high up off your head, and then it was like a flat piece of cardboard that as soon as you tried to do it, it just was upside down.
I was just gonna say straight teepee. You went straight teepee with it, man. There was you tried it. Like I always thought, I was like, this is gonna be the time I get it. I'm just doing it real right. Oh, damn it. Yeah, well, another V again this year.
I have so many pictures from Little League of me just like,
yeah, God, dude, same. So that's you, only a 40.
As a 40-year-old man, I was like, kids, don't look me in the eye. You don't want to see this. Matt Barr said he's drinking a Mike from Hardywood Brewing here in Richmond. Great ale, 5% ABV. It's a walk-off dog. And then he said, oh, sorry, it's called Irish Red, not Mike. My bad. Well done. Gabe is drinking unnamed IPA from Burial Beer Company. Easy for me to say. It's a collaboration with, I ain't even try on that one.
Zillicoa.
Whatever.
Zillicoa.
7% ABV. He says it's a dog.
Burial is the fucking tits, man.
Burial,
we went down there, back that 3 years ago. Oh, I just got one of those Google Photos memories of my trips down to Asheville, and I just sat there drooling at the beer because, man, did they know how to brew a beer down there? Gabe, you're living in the Golden Triangle for real, bro.
Golden Triangle. Sarah said she's eating Cheetos walking at lacrosse, so she's not drinking yet. Sarah, you got to get that mom cup. You got to get the Yeti, fill it up, get the Stanley. Nobody questions it. They don't care. Everybody's
because they're doing the same fucking thing.
Yeah, everybody's got the same thing. So just fill up that cup and take your walks around lacrosse practice. Biscuit said, I'm sipping on a glass of 1951, which is a glass of half 1800 and half 151 mixed together. That sounds made up, Biscuit. I think you're pulling my leg there. And Tank is agreeing with you, Mookie. Burial is a dog. All right, I had a long week of drinking. I went through a lot of bourbon on vacation. I went through a bottle of wine. I went through some Miller Lights.
Fucking humble coming back from Arizona, humble bragger.
All right. Well, dude,
hell of a flex.
Trace, by the way,
be fair, right?
Buffalo Trace was the bourbon that I bought at a Walgreens for $28. Like, that's insane. I walk into a Walgreens and there's Buffalo Trace on the shelf. You can't find it at a liquor store here in Ohio. So of course I was snapping that one up. But we had already put in our order for the booze. And anyways, I gotta take it easy tonight. So I'm only drinking a 6.5%er. This one is Starry Night from Weldworks Brewing. It is it's got milk chocolate, hazelnut, coconut chips, and milk sugar. Absolute dog. Look at how dark that is. Oh man, it's so good. You can see Tank's FCC logo amazingly on this one.
Oh, that's beautiful.
How dark that is. Absolute dog. Highly recommend. Would crush and will continue to crush. Let us know in the comments what you guys are drinking, whether or not it is a dog. Fellas, it's that time of year, so we get to start off. Yes,
guys. My children just got both me and my wife. I need you to check the private chat now.
All that
before I finish and tell them. Except for the fact that I just got an update from my wife that says they hit us with an April Fool's.
Wow.
So I'd like to say congratulations to my kids who just played me and my wife. Although
hold on. Give it to them.
For those of you now, I will explain that I got a text shortly after the show started, like moments after the show started. Luke just called Jordan the N-word. I don't know how to handle this. Get in here now. What do I do? I text back, I know what to do. They're not playing on the Oculus anymore. That was all I had in that very moment. I'm like, I'm not getting up from the show. Like, what am I going to do? If he already dropped an N-bomb on his brother, what can I do now? Like, I guess I got to figure out how I have that conversation. Moments ago, the update was that they told her April Fools. And I'm proud of these two little
That's
two
a
little
good one.
N-word. I'm proud of these two little N-words. I must say, because they got me.
You were proud. You were proud because Cheryl killed them both. They're dead. They're dead now. Like,
No. She's getting a kick out of it. I said
okay,
no.
good.
I told her, I was like, no, that's not funny. They're still grounded from the Oculus forever. Screw that. Like, because I was panicking. I was like, I'm not prepared for this conversation.
I'm
Like,
interested in why you didn't think to ask. Did they use the hard R?
well, I of course did. That was my thought. I was like, wait, he called his, and she said they knew what to say. I don't. That's diabolical. Like I'm kind of mad. I'm kind of mad that they concocted this scheme. Like what?
Matt Barr is dying, and Gabe said should have responded, "Ninja, please."
Oh my god,
that is fantastic. Way better than the one I got my kids with today. By the way, Biscuit's asking, can I hold up the can again? Yeah, I can get the can. Sorry, I thought you wanted Tank's glass, which I will give some more love to, the FCC glass. Here is the can again, Biscuit. It's literally like Starry Night.
I was gonna say that's bold too, because if you're gonna name your beer Starry Night with that artwork on the can, it better be a fucking dog.
And it is. They did good stuff here. Mookie, you'll appreciate I got my kids. I found a Photoshop picture of Messi wearing an FC Cincinnati kit, and I was like, boys, come here. There was a trade in MLS, and they were like, who got traded? And I was like,
shut up.
I showed him the picture of Messi in an FCC kit. Dude, they were doing laps around the house. They're like, let's go, we got Messi, baby, let's go. I let him go for like several minutes and then finally hit him with the April Fools, and they were both so pissed.
Dude, that's perfect because they're still a little too young to understand. There's no way that could happen with the MLS's salary cap bullshit and everything else. They fell for it, hook, line, and sinker.
Oh no! Oh wait, sorry. Never mind. Keep going.
I thought there was an update. And
I was gonna say,
no. This might have been as bad, but in a different way. Carry on.
Sarah said that this is all perfect timing too, because mom's freaking out and dad is busy in response to Scott's situation.
And then Mookie left. Okay, cool. He just
mid sentence.
Here he is.
I've got this back arrow on my mouse and I accidentally. So ass. What I was going to say is this is perfect because I came home from work today and you know, I don't want to get into hockey talk too early, especially when we have an expert on the show. But Jenna said, she's like, hey, I need you to just like look at this Instagram thing I sent you today because there's no way this is true. And it was a post that someone made from an account called like NHL jokes or something. And it was a capture of John Tortorella like on the bench for, you know, with the Flyers, and it said underneath, John Tortorella found passed out drunk and naked on a park bench in Philly days after. There's no way that's true, right? And I was like, no, but it's not that far from being possible. Good. And she's like, well, then how'd they get the picture of him? And I was like, shit, well, we've got some really good AI these days. Which is, I'm sure, awesome. Where you started and ended with that April Fool's joke with your kids is you just were like, well, let's just see what we can whip up on the AI generator. And
I didn't even have to do it. I just saw it posted somewhere online.
Oh, even easier then.
Like, oh, I'm getting the kids with this one. This is the day. April Fool's Day is also, we always call this the test day for companies where they roll out their April Fool's joke.
I didn't see any good ones today. Did I miss them?
No, I thought everybody said it out because the world's in shambles.
There
so
weren't
let's
any
not
good
fuck
ones.
around.
There was Mad Tree's always good for having like one that comes out. Like, didn't their orange creamsicle come from an April Fool's joke?
Yes.
Put it out, and then everybody was like, actually, go make that. And they did, and it was fantastic. This year, they put up a post. They were creating Min, M-Y-N, Mad Tree Zin, and it was like beer flavored pouches, like the Zin pouches.
Can we have the old man segment now so I can ask what the fuck is a Zin pouch? Like, I know what it is, but like, what is the appeal of that?
It's just nicotine. It's a nicotine.
So you're just sitting there sucking on nicotine and flavor?
Yeah, but not tobacco. There's no tobacco in it. It's just it's flavored nicotine and gives you a little buzz. Or so I've heard.
So,
Look, all I'm saying is like,
is it worth?
If you're looking for a good Saturday night, PlayStation 5, a Zinner, and then a gummy and a bourbon, you're on top of the world. It's a great Saturday night, or so I've heard.
Okay. See, I always interpret it as like, well, why go for that when you could have like the real deal in the gummy? But you're saying there is a place for it in the rotation.
Oh yeah, you can work it in.
See, Tyson appreciates where I'm coming from. We're doing really hardcore reporting here. Getting to the bottom of the things you have questions about.
Gabe also said, "Geez, Mike." apparently, I go too hard for Gabe on a Saturday night.
Well, yeah, that PlayStation 5 that just hits different, dude. Like you gotta be careful with that.
All right, boys, let's start this.
You get a PlayStation 5 in the house, you know, with Scott's kids who are pulling a prank so hard on him and his wife that. Yeah,
I'm worried about Scott. He's gone quiet over here.
Yeah,
he's just like looking at his phone. He's shaking his head. I'm nervous.
Everything's fine. We're good. I'm just making sure that it wasn't like a reverse. Like, oh no, they actually did say it, but they used that as a get out of jail, and now I've got to
right because they see just how terrified.
Right, like I'm just like doubling back. I'm like, are we sure this was a joke?
Yeah,
but also the Oculus gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that. So the Oculus is like, it's worth it. Like it's good for gaming. Cause my brother-in-law had whatever the Facebook one was, he played it for like 2-3 months and then it just sits there and collects dust.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't use it. Their uncle gave it to him. It's just a pain in my butt because there's only one of them and they fight over it and I hate it.
Yeah, that's probably.
So like, I mean, is it worth it? I don't know. I've used it for like 10 minutes. I'm not really super into the whole virtual gaming
VR thing.
Yeah, it doesn't.
You should do break it in half and have him share
it. I want to often, but I haven't gone that route yet. But stand by because I can't promise you that I won't.
Hey, GameStop is technically still open for business, and I think they would buy that off you too. So there's an option there.
They'd probably give me more for a broken one than they would for a brand new one out of the box. They're like, oh, that's vintage. Taking it back to the source materials.
That was 10 minutes, boys. Good work.
Better than last week.
Let's talk some baseball.
Here's the pitch. Oh, shit.
All right. If you have been living under a rock, then you don't know what the big story is from the MLB this week. But torpedo bats are all anybody is talking about. Or as yes, Biscuit GameStop will give him store credit. As Mookie would say, what were you calling these bats, Mookie? You weren't calling
first it was the submarine bat. Then it was the missile bat, and the next one I was going to hit you guys with was what is it? The Scarab missile or whatever, the scan missile bat. I don't know, man. Here's the thing: it doesn't scream torpedo to me.
It does. It absolutely does scream torpedo.
Torpedo.
That looks more like it's tapered at both ends and fatter in the middle, which is opposite of what a normal, but normally that fat
like
part of the back goes all the way up. It does kind of look like a bowling pin. You could go bowling pin. I'd say bowling pin is an accurate description of this one.
Okay, see, there we go.
I'll give you that one. But this has caused all kinds of irate fans because the Yankees apparently have a ton of guys that use this bat, and they went off over the weekend on the Brewers, scoring 20 runs. There was like 9 home runs in the game. I did laugh when I saw the Brewers had a current run differential of -32 going into this game today because of that showing in New York. But then other guys now have started to use it. Ellie De La Cruz used it last night. He had 7 RBIs, 2 home runs. Like he balled out with this, and they're all attributing it to the way the bat is shaped. There's more wood closer to the trademark, which is where more of the contact comes into play. So less chance of getting jammed, better chance to make good contact. Scott, I heard you on Backwards K last night. You guys are kind of in my camp. Like, why is this a thing? Why are people
I mean, I wanted to be outraged, and then it's like, oh well, the league approved it, so I guess like, what's there to be outraged about? It's not illegal. I mean, if it's a personal preference thing, like, like I said last night, as long as everybody has access to it if they want to, I don't care. And some guys are using it, some guys are not. Some guys are saying like, yeah, it's just not for me after trying it. Like, you're gonna have that. So I don't see the big deal. I think it's wild that it took this long. I guess it's kind of typical baseball, right? It took this long for somebody to like make this correlation and be like, wow, innovation. Like, baseball moves at the speed of light when it comes to catching up with the time. So I guess it's just par for the course. But yeah, I immediately wanted to call foul because it was the Yankees. But then, as soon as I heard that stamp of approval that the league sent out, it's like, well, I got nothing then.
Well, there's no reason to even wonder why it wouldn't be, because when you look at the rules and what like constitutes a bat or what the rules are for the bat, it just says it can't be over a certain width at its widest point. Never said the widest point has to be at the top. So I don't know, to your point, I don't know why they haven't done this before. And actually they have, because Marucci, who is the company behind this style of bat, said that Giancarlo Stanton.
You mean the former 49ers head football coach?
Yes, Steve Marucci.
Got it. When did he get? That's wow. Good for him covering two sports like that.
Wow.
But they said Stanton used this style bat last year. That this was what he used throughout the year, and this year there's more players doing it. And I found out why. Scott, did you realize that this is the first year in like 30 years that Louisville Slugger is not the official bat of the Major League Baseball?
I didn't know that they were. Like, I didn't know that they were anyway. Like, I thought everybody had their own individual deals for bats or whatever. Like, each guy has like
everybody can get their own bat, but like the official, the sponsor,
right. Yeah. No, I don't think I ever thought that through. Like, because there's so many different brands. So I don't know. That's news.
Louisville Slugger has been
they lost that license.
They, for some reason, that they are no longer the official bat of Major League. But Marucci is, for the first time in like 30 years, a new company. And now that Marucci is the official bat of the Major League, we're seeing this style take off and a bunch of other people are using it. Like, it all kind of makes sense once you start to put these pieces together. And at the end of the day, if it means more offense, I'm here for it. Like, get them up there with a ping pong paddle. If it's going to give us more dingers, I don't care. I'm happy. Let them swing whatever size bat they want. If they can swing a telephone pole, swing it. Just give me more dingers. I want more offense. I want more fun. I want the games to last 3 hours again because we're scoring 20 runs each. Like, just give me the runs. That sounded weird.
That's a hell of a take.
I mean, Tyson summed it up. We're talking exciting sports when we're talking baseball now because of the bowling pin bat. Like, hey, why not? The thing I'm confused about, though, is, and maybe you answered it with your Louisville Slugger thing, but like this, I was reading an article and it's actually pretty simple. This is the Big Bertha of baseball bats, right? Like, it's effectively that same kind of thing where they're like, hey, you know what might help people hit the ball better? A bigger driver head, right where you're swinging the club. And so it's like, oh, yeah, this is just natural. But what did take it so long to show up? And also, are they using this in other leagues? Like, are they using this in the Japanese Pro League and other ones like that? Or is this something that's like literally burst onto the scene for all of baseball?
I don't think it's hit international waters yet. I'm pretty sure that it's still
so. There's still time to get in on the ground floor of Steve Marucci Baseball Bat Incorporated. Just send your check for $99.99 to Mike's house, because I'm not giving out my address, but we'll go ahead and collect those checks and we'll go in together.
Matt Barr saying the Yankees brought in a dude from MIT. Props to them. Didn't think them the brains of the bunch. They didn't, though. That's the thing. Like, that's what everybody is saying, is that the Yankees brought in this MIT guy. This was like a guy from the Marlins staff that invented this bat. It's maybe he did go to MIT. I could be wrong, but I think it's just like,
yeah, he did. No, he did. He used to be, or he graduated from MIT. He used to work for the Yankees, and now he is a member of the Marlins organization.
So we can expect this in Miami here soon. They're calling it El Torpedo in Miami, by the way.
I like that. I don't expect any more offense, but yeah, I mean, I'm sure they'll pop up in Miami. You still got to hit the ball.
Damn that whole
Yeah, like I mean, yeah, that's the thing. It's like people are like, "Oh my god, it's so illegal." It's like, you still got to swing the damn thing. I'd still love to see the average idiot walk up there and try to hit a ball with this thing. Like it's nigh impossible unless you're a major leaguer. So
very true.
Yeah.
I do still really want to see him use the aluminum bats, even if they find out a way to not make him go any farther. I just want the ping, man.
No,
yeah, the ping's great until you realize that if they hit those scorching line drives on the infield at speed coming off an aluminum bat, it would kill folks.
Well, good. Maybe then there'll be less baseball players, so we won't have to watch the sport anymore. Like, what's
good one. Good one. Then there'll be less baseball players because they're gonna die one at a time from line drives on your hypothetical. All right, moving on.
By the way,
I'm not here for it at all.
Shut it down.
The wood bat crack is way better than the aluminum ping. I love the aluminum ping. Don't get me wrong, but the wood bat crack is 100 times better of a sound.
Okay, so you bring that up, Scott. You're the MLB The Show guy on the show. You're a lot of things on the show, by the way. I'm just now realizing that. But
yeah, no, I am the glue.
Is it true? So I've seen what they've been putting out there for the show 26. Like, have you played yet as the road to the show or whatever in college? And do you get the aluminum ping sound effect when you're playing in college in the show 26?
It's not the show 26. It's the show 25 still. They're on this year.
Dude. I can never fucking tell.
And yes, when you do play,
some of them do it a year in advance. Some of them don't.
When you play the high school and college level, yes, they do have the metal bats.
But does the ping sound the same way as in like the College World Series? And
well, yes, because it's 2025 and they're able to get sound into video games that mimics real life, Mookie. It's crazy.
So is it worth the price of purchase?
Oh, I wouldn't know. I didn't buy it. Are you kidding me? I haven't bought one since 21. I've seen videos.
I was gonna say I got questions, but maybe I should take them off here. I don't want you to like implicate yourself here.
Yeah, no, I mean, no, folks aren't gonna. You won't find it. I know about the game, but I'm not paying for it. No.
Gabe said Scott is the spokesperson for the non-whites. He's a hockey expert and a baseball expert.
Yep. Is also the
I wear many hats
of the show, running grifts, parenting expert.
I like the idea of me being a parenting expert, especially based on the most recent conversation about my kids.
Hey, I think you exhibited great parenting there, Scott, because you know what you did? The number one thing you need to do as a parent, or so I'm told, is you're patient and you didn't overreact in the moment. AKA, you didn't do shit.
I did. I was like, I'll deal with that one when I get off the show. Whatever. The problem's still going to be there.
That is one that isn't just going to go away. That's going to sit for a little bit. So you're all right waiting on that one. Fellas, I want to talk a little bit here about let's see, should we go A's next or White Sox? Let's go White Sox. There was a rain delay.
Also give it a biscuit. I wear many hats, none of which has a broken brim.
Also, I like Sarah pointing out the reality that and Scott grounded him. Well, he made Cheryl do it. So by proxy, he kept his hands clean, man. That's how a mob boss lives.
Still the good guy. All right, there was a storm that came through Chicago, and the White Sox grounds crew went to put the tarp on the field, but apparently the rain came down so hard and so fast that it got the tarp super wet and super heavy, so they couldn't roll the tarp completely out on the field, and then had it stuck and had to make do and try to fix the field as best they can. So I present to you fellas now the most White Sox ground crew picture I have ever seen in my life, and it is half of the infield covered with the tarp and then the remaining dirt covered with just various tarps they found around the stadium. I think they went into the whirlpool and ripped the cover off and threw that over first base. Like that's
amazing.
Absolutely absurd that this is what the grounds crew did. It doesn't even cover all the dirt. halfway up the line.
The infield's not covered at all.
Yeah, second base is like where the second baseman would stand is just a puddle. That's not a tarp. This is the most Cubs thing White Sox thing I've ever seen in my life. This sums up their franchise in one picture right here. Unbelievable.
And yet
also, the tube from where they roll
what?
the tarp out is just in the middle of the outfield. Like, that's not supposed to stay on the grass when it's wet. Oh, my gosh. What a sloppy bitch. Oh, my goodness.
Unbelievable. Mookie, how you doing, by the way, fading the White Sox this year?
I'm not happy about it, although... So, you know this thing about baseball? They play, like, every day.
That's the best part about it.
I know, right? So sometimes you forget that they're playing and you miss the bet, but it worked out in my favor.
So let me get this straight. They play every day, but yet somehow you forget, as opposed to a sport that plays like once a week. Now, you remember that, but the one that plays every day.
Well, yeah, because look, man, and here's the thing. Opening weekend is stupid because, first of all, it started like 3 weeks ago, halfway across the world. And then it started Thursday, and then there was a bunch of teams off Friday, and then played day games on Saturday. So by the time I remembered at like 3 o'clock, the game was over. So I couldn't even chase on the live whatever, but it worked out because they won that day. Look, we're slightly down, but it's a long game. We're only 4 games into a 162 game season. Like, we got time. I still have confidence that once this whole torpedo bet bullshit settles out, like, we're still going to be sitting in the money. You trust the process. Trust the process. Also, baby, Final Four. Like, I don't even care. Doesn't matter. I covered all those losses, so we're not even worried about it.
This photo is we covered the field at home. I mean, I just love how hood this is that they got tarps off various things and were like, hey, just cover what you can. Like, it's like putting a puzzle together. Like, this fits best over here on first. Hey, move that around over there. We can get a little bit more coverage over here.
I like Sarah said, anyone got a poncho?
I know, this is so ghetto. Just start laying rain. Yeah, just start laying raincoats out there.
And like the thing I don't get is you see the little cart over there on the bottom left, right? So like, why not strap the cart to the actual tarp and use that to pull it across to get the water off at least? Like,
then it's gonna ruin the grass.
Right. Yeah, and also it wouldn't be even either.
You could be in the grass and foul territory and use like chains or ropes or something to pull it over. I mean, like, here's the other thing. Like, why does the grass on an infield need to be so fucking perfect? What are the odds a ground ball actually hits that spot in the infield that screws up the spin of the ball?
I would fire this entire grounds crew. I gotta tell you. I mean, it's one thing after another with this franchise, but there's no way that I would let this picture be out there and everybody just be clowning my organization and be like, everybody, the most basic part of like the job after making sure the grass is watered and well kept is getting the motherfucking tarp on the field in a timely fashion. And you failed. You failed. So you're all fired. Every last one of you.
Did they get any?
Just saw Biscuits comment.
Yeah,
Sox change the name of the stadium to Dollar Tree Field. I mean, seriously.
It looks like they just stole a bunch of. It does. They just grabbed. That's what I say. They grabbed it off the whirlpool. Like, they did whatever they could. Jordan, great point. They're not trying to spend money for.
I guess so.
And I got to be honest, Scott. I don't even know if this would qualify as for cause. So then you're paying unemployment for that grounds crew. You can't be paying 2 grounds crews.
Incompetence is cause. I mean.
Hey, when you heard Mike at the start of the story, though, like, the rain was really heavy. Okay, like, it was really, really heavy on there.
Oh my gosh.
What's better? What is better, fellas, when you're watching a game and they come out with the tarp and somebody gets swallowed by the tarp monster?
Which I also don't understand.
Get run over and then they're like stuck underneath the tarp and they got to crawl their way out. Or this because
I've seen somebody get swallowed by the tarp many a times, and it's always just like you're just that's natural selection trying to do its job and not quite finishing it. This though is again, it's just gross incompetence. I'm sorry,
guys. I just had a genius idea, and don't worry, Mike. I got the drop ready. But go back to the photo.
Okay.
Why hasn't anyone put a fucking sponsor on the tarp yet?
Sell out.
Like, think about it. You could have, I don't know, a Rain-X sponsor the tarp for your field so that when you roll that shit out, you just see the Rain-X logo there. Because every time there's a rain delay, they're always showing the picture of the field with the tarp on it. Like, yes, it's still raining and there's still plastic on the field, so we're not playing ball. We get it. Why has no one sold that advertising space?
It's 3rd and 2.
See, Tyson gets it. He says, "Great idea, Mookie." All caps.
It's a great idea, Mookie. It's fantastic. Also, here's an article from MLB.com, a press release from July 28th, 2017. The Cincinnati Reds rolled out a new official baseball field tarp on Friday, July 21st, 2017, at Great American Ballpark in partnership with Bounty, the quicker picker-uppers. So they do
good.
it.
That's a good one.
It's, just watch some baseball, man.
That is a tall order until we get to Williamsport.
Bar saying no, don't gloss over that. It's genius. It is genius, Matt. It's a genius idea that has been in place for a very long time already. Let's go to another poverty franchise because Scott, as you know, Mookie, you don't. The A's are playing this season and the next 2 seasons after this in Sacramento while their stadium in Las Vegas are being built. They've already come out and said, due to our brand guidelines, you have to use our abbreviation ATH or ATH. Goddamn. ATH. You can't use Sacramento. We're not the Sacramento Athletics. We're the Athletics. And they have taken this poverty franchise idea a little bit too far because their media availability is in a shed. They put up a shed outside of the stadium, and this is where they do their media availability after the games. It is literally like something you would find at Home Depot, just like an aluminum shed, doors to it, and propped up outside of the stadium. Scott, this franchise is so bad, one of the Cubs players had to run across the outfield to use the bathroom because there's no facilities connected to the opposing team's dugout. They have to go across the field to take a piss in between innings. Like, what are we doing here, man?
On the field at this point, like, because clearly this is not a professional operation. So just go ahead and take a piss out in center field like it's, Thursday night beer league softball. This is crazy.
Seriously, you're gonna have to wear the bags out to the field.
Imagine a presser in this shit in July. People are gonna die, man.
You could prop open the door or something, right? Look at how crowded it is inside of that. Like,
it's so stupid.
They put the wall behind them.
I need them to send somebody out there like the current White House press secretary to do all of the A's interviews. Like that's what I need. Just somebody who stomps into that tool shed, that elongated tool shed, and just shits all over folks for asking questions and just makes up stories about what's happening with the A's.
Oh, so like the White House press secretary?
Yeah, I said exactly like her, only working for the A's, but thank you. Are you okay, Mookie? Did you get hit in the head or something? You're right.
I wish I could see that, but no, I'm just off.
Okay.
I was gonna ask, like, what happened?
You want to know?
Like, literally, like 2 seconds later, you're just like the White House press secretary. I'm like, yes, exactly like what I just said prior to that.
Oh, yeah. I adjusted my hat and took my headphones off, so I didn't hear that part. Not bad. Emmy Award winner. That's right,
Emmy
folks.
winner, asterisk. And Tyson said,
Oh,
great
man.
callback, Mookie. Made sense to me.
You know what, Tyson? I'm glad we're vibing tonight, man. It's always good to have you in my corner. You're right. I am killing it tonight.
I know what Tyson's doing, and I got to be honest.
Oh, I'm very well aware.
I
It was
don't like
obvious
it
from
at
the
all.
jump.
Yeah, it's been obvious from the jump. I don't like it. It's a little too much for me. I'm not
But you got to give him a little bit of credit. He's stuck with it for 45 fucking minutes. Like, come on, man.
Dorian says whoever's in charge of the A's needs to be in charge of Doge. Just, we're saving all the money, babe. We gotta ship Home Depot.
Seriously.
Putting that out on the south lawn, it's gonna be great.
They've gotten rid of all the inefficiency there in not Oakland, and for the ATHs, the ATHs.
Apps. Yeah.
The ATHs. I got it.
The SAC apps.
This is a professional franchise. Could you, again, I know I can't remember what example I've used before for this analogy. It may have even been Oakland. But could you imagine all the blood, sweat, and tears that it takes to make it to the major leagues, and then you finally make it, and you're a member of this fucking franchise, and it's like being in quadruple A. Like, God, what a big downer like that would be for any of those players. Like, I mean, I suppose that Brent Rooker, who just signed a big old deal, fat deal in the offseason, is like, yeah, it sucks, but whatever. But for every other like guy who's, just making it to the bigs, it's got to be kind of a disappointment. Like, you look around and you're like, I made it to the show. This is what I've been dreaming about since I was a kid. And it is very familiar to the bus rides and the shit I've been dealing with for the past like couple of years. Like, this is bullshit. I need to be traded like yesterday. Like, I mean, the first thing I gotta do, I'm like, so how long do I have to stay here? Like, my agent would be getting a call like day one. So, how was your first day in the big league team? It was great, but like, legit, how long am I forced to be part of this franchise? Because this is bullshit.
Imagine, because it's 3 years that they're in Sacramento. So imagine your entire
Dude,
career.
I was gonna say, like, there will be somebody who spends their entire career in that franchise. Well, I mean, maybe, assuming they don't get traded. But yes, there will be somebody that spends that whole time there and will know nothing but this AAA facility masquerading as a professional franchise's facility. Man, that's actually saying it out loud and thinking about it. It's actually kind of sad. Like, seriously, that would suck if that was your career experience.
They have to travel to all these other places where they don't have to put up with this bullshit. So it's like, oh, is this?
But they're going to go to some places where the visitors' facilities are better than what they have at home.
That's what I mean. Exactly.
Yeah.
They're going to see what the real deal is, and then they're going to come back to this.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, day one, I would be like, yo, tell them to trade me. Like, I know I'm a fringe roster guy, but tell them to trade me.
You just put up that clock. Count down to time served, right? Like, how long until I can get to that what is it, 30-year arbitration, man?
Yeah, seriously. God,
Brent Rooker hits a walk-off grand slam home run, and they're like, all right, Brent, great job. Head on out to the she shed for your media availability afterwards. Like, he's got to amble out to this.
Also, like, they got to pour just, we can't do the Gatorade shower at home plate. We can't do any of that. We can't waste that. So they're like, just sitting there, like drinking fountain paper cups, like splashing water on them and shit.
Oh no! Hold on.
Squeeze that back in the cups when you're done.
I was gonna say, and Scott, Dixie cups ain't free, dude. So like, be careful with those things either. Don't smash them or destroy them.
I need a third site, fellas, because I've got this shed for the Oakland Athletics. We've got the Four Seasons landscaping site with Rudy Giuliani's hair color dripping down his face. We need a third awful press conference site that we can turn into a sip, chug, drain pool. So think about that. If we could come up with a third one, because outside of Four Seasons and this one, I can't think of another option to get added on to a sip, chug, drain pour for this. If you guys got one in the comments, let us know. In the meantime, Let's switch up some gears here, boys, and let's talk a little football. Mookie, you're very excited about Coastal Carolina.
Oh,
You found a new team. You're ecstatic because they are offering free concessions this year. Coastal Carolina has said free concessions for all fans all year long. Every home game, free concessions. What is up with this, Mookie? Why are they making this move?
I don't know why, because the way they're doing it is unprecedented, really. The Reds had this a while ago. I've heard of a lot of other teams that do this, where effectively it's, hey, if you sit in this section, you buy these tickets, you get entitled to like this pass for this much food, or you can come back. The Reds, they had it. Well, theirs was like $1 hot dog stand, so you could just stay in line all game.
Still have the $1 hot dog stand. They also have an all-you-can-eat ticket. Doesn't matter where you're sitting.
Okay.
All-you-can-eat ticket, $25.
Interesting.
It's 5 hot dogs, and then all-you-can-eat peanuts, all-you-can-eat chips.
Wait, hold on. They limit you to 5 hot dogs?
It's 5 hot dogs. Yeah, $25. It gets you 5.
That's not all you can eat, though.
Yeah. Hold on. I'm gonna evoke the Homer Simpson clause here. That's not all I can eat. What? 5 glizzies? That's not even. I can't even get the 999 challenge out of this damn ticket. Are you kidding me? Hold on a second. 9 has got to be the minimum.
Absolutely.
The rent is too damn high. Like what? 5.
They also do 3-2-1 Tuesdays. $3 12-ounce beers, $2 hot dogs, $1 ice cream. So that's another.
Do they limit me there, or is this still America? Can I still pay for as many hot dogs as I want? 5 limit.
5 more hot dogs. It's just that for $25 you get 5 hot dogs, unlimited refills on a fountain soda, and then all the peanuts and chips and popcorn you can eat. That's
what about Cracker Jacks?
I don't think.
Inflation is now inflation has now hit the all-you-can-eat ticket at the ballpark. This is out of fucking hand. I signed an executive order to fix this shit. All you can eat, except for the glizzies.
I don't know about you guys, but eggs ain't cheaper.
Can I get you really mad?
Neither are hot dogs, apparently.
Yeah. Can I get you really mad? The all-you-can-eat concession stand closes at the end of the 7th inning.
Oh, bullshit. Are you serious?
So if I'm 4 dogs in and, in the 8th inning, I want to get my 5th, and I'm shit out of luck. Oh, it's this. The Russians have won.
Yeah, you're right. Pack it up, man.
Yeah, wrap it up.
This nation great is no longer out.
We're done. America has jumped the shark.
If we can't even binge eat correctly anymore, what can we do?
Exactly. Right? Shrinkflation has hit everything. Everything. All the snacks are smaller. I get so pissed. Glizzy is cheaper than eggs. Not by much though. Not if they're limiting them.
Yeah, apparently not.
I thought this was America. Remember when they just let us get fat? Now they won't even let us do that.
Did you guys see the Norwegian footballer who, when he won man of the match, they handed him 4 dozen eggs as like part of the sponsorship deal? So in the Norwegian Premier League, if you win man of the match, you get 4 dozen eggs handed to you on the pitch. It's not a bad deal, right?
That's pretty legit. Anyways, so Coastal Carolina is doing all you can eat food for real. Like it's actual all you can eat food, but it's not every.
It is rate limited, which I think is responsible, really.
Well, it's not really.
Okay, hold on a second, real quick. How do they keep track of these 5 hot dogs? Do we know? Because I feel like
I purchased it. I got you. When you purchase the ticket, they give you a wristband, and the wristband is what allows you to go up and grab the peanuts, grab the chips, grab the popcorn.
You're grabbing
if you don't have a wristband, you can't grab that stuff. So they'll be like, "Hey, where's your wristband? Get the fuck out of the section, bro." And then you're like, "Sorry, man, I thought it was for everybody." Because that's what happened the first time I did it, when I just saw a line of people grabbing popcorn. I was like, popcorn.
That's the right move. Yeah,
right. Like,
that's what you do.
100%. You fake it until you make it, and if nobody says anything, free popcorn, baby.
We were walking by, and I'm like, all these people are just grabbing this popcorn that's just left out here. I'm gonna go grab some, and I went to grab it. And the guy was like, "Where's your wristband?" I was like, shit, caught me. I didn't know. But it's
$25. Where's your wristband? Who said you could be here? that always gets it for a half second. You know, that gives you that first half step.
You're not the boss of me.
You're not my supervisor.
Let him finish. Let him finish because I'm curious about this glizzy count.
$25. They give you your wristband, and then they give you the cup for the free refills on the drinks, and then inside of the cup is 5 tickets. And then you turn in your tickets. So if you can figure out the color, they're just like the basic raffle tickets that you can buy at like the dollar store. So if you can figure out the color,
I feel like this needs to be a Twitter page. What color is the tickets for the hot dogs?
Dude, yeah, we need
like that needs a Twitter. Yeah,
someone left
Twitter
their
account.
shit out at the last FC game we went to, and they left the page out and the in the bar area, whatever the tables are, that had the list of all the wristbands, all the tickets, all the stuff they do for each match. And I was like, holy shit. I took a picture of it.
Valuable
and like all we got to see exactly, because it's like, okay, at least I know what's in rotation, or now the right question to ask someone who's like, hey man, if I slip you a 20 and you tell me which wristband I can wear to get in this section, we're gonna call it even. So we just got to figure out who gets access to that glizzy info in advance.
Get the tickets, yeah.
No, we're not paying for any of this, Mike. We're
both
just
times that I've got it, they've been the pink raffle tickets, like the pink full tab raffle tickets, just the normal shit that you get for like church split the pot events, like that kind of thing. And I mean, you could probably
did you know that
this is a giant spool for $5?
I walked in
5,000 tickets
from the giant roll, and he's like, "I'll take 10 hot dogs, please," and then just stuffs the roll back behind him like nothing happened.
I'm here. This is what I get. Actually, you know what? I would make it a point. I would come in and be like, "I'm pretty sure I've seen you 5 times, sir." And I'd be like, "No, I've got 3 extras because I'm at least gonna get 9 or 4 extras. Sorry, math is hard. I'm gonna get to my 999 challenge, you sons of bitches. And since you're trying to deny me the 4 hot dogs to get to that number, I had to take 2 extras. So I'd only come in with just the 4 extra tickets. Then I'd be like, prove it. I've got 4 extra tickets. Prove that I didn't bring this. And those are tucked nicely in your wallet. You wouldn't have to make a scene. Nothing.
That doesn't even they wouldn't even care because you could technically buy 2 all-you-can-eat passes and have 10.
I guess you could. I mean, it'd be some Nazi standing there counting how many times you came up there. That's what I'm saying. It's like, sir, I feel like I've seen you more than 5 times. I'm like, I bet you have.
Dude, I gotta be honest.
I can guarantee you have.
They don't give a shit. They are literally at that concession stand. They're literally just like grabbing hot dogs and just handing them out as long as they get a ticket back. I don't even think they look at your face. They don't care. They're just like, God, all I do all fucking day.
Hand hot dogs.
Sons of bitches. But if somebody comes up without a wristband, I'm gonna call that motherfucker out.
Gabe pointing out this is the old man segment of the show.
Yeah,
talking about hot dogs and trying to grift the vendors at a baseball game.
50-cent hot dog off someone.
Hey, can we do
50 cents? They're way more than 50 cents.
Well, no, I mean it costs those, Scott. Like honestly,
the 999 challenge, fellas. Can we set up a live stream where like
we
sit at home and eat 9 hot dogs and drink 9 beers while we
let's do this.
Ooh, does that still count though as a success?
Yes, it 100% does.
You don't have to be in the stadium in public.
No. The 999 challenge is just being able to do it.
Now it's the 16-ounce beers though, right?
No, got to go 16-ounce beers. Can't go 12.
Wow, what?
Well, that's what they said. That's what's at the stadium.
They don't sell 12-ounce beers at the stadium.
Yeah,
depends. I feel like you can find them.
No. You're getting 15s or 24s at the stadium.
Okay, how many? Okay, and then we need to do the math on how many purple drank that is.
Oh, I think that's a dangerous equivalency right there.
Yeah, I was just gonna say. I don't think we can measure. I don't think we can measure it, but it would be interesting.
Because I know already. I'm going Coors Light all the way. I'm going hot dogs only ketchup. Yeah,
risky.
Well, the mustard, I think that could upset the stomach, and you don't want to fuck with that. I'm also going beer heavy early, pound the beers, belch it out. That then makes you hungry to eat the hot dogs.
You're gonna get too filled
up. You're gonna be too sloppy to fucking eat the food. This is gonna backfire.
The sooner you drink liquid, the sooner you get to pee it out and make space.
What?
Yeah, you know what? I've seen you drink liquid at a sporting event, and then I've seen your food end up on the side of an Uber. All right, so I think your plan is not very good.
Look, no one said anything about having to keep it down past the 9th inning. All right, so again, I will play by the rules and then bend them to my advantage, but I'll never step out line. I am not a habitual line stepper.
God, 9 hot dogs is so many hot dogs.
It's not that many hot dogs.
I enjoy eating.
So long. It's like you got
I know, dude, but seriously, like getting through about 4 hot dogs, like that's about the point. Like you're talking doubling that and adding another one, like
and that's without
and see how Scott got that math right.
Right, I was just gonna say, and that's without anything else.
That's dry. Oh,
yeah, man, it's rough. I don't think I could do it, man, unless that 9-inning game got pushed like it's one of these torpedo bats.
So wait a minute, that's a great question, Scott, that you didn't ask but alluded to. If there is a rain delay, how does that affect the 999?
I mean, you're
It's just
still
basically a big
within
pause.
9 innings. Like the whole point is to do it within 9 innings. So if there's a rain delay, you're going to get the credit for it, but I'm going to put an asterisk on it.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I feel like it doesn't count as much. Like, yeah, you did it, but obviously there's definitely something that aided you.
Kind of like baseball in the early 2000s.
Or baseball in Atlanta these days, I guess. I don't know.
Ew.
I wasn't going to bring it up,
God.
Scott.
Dude.
Yes, Dorian, I did see the Float the Goat hot dog. It's our friends over at the Hartford Yard Goats that have a new menu item.
A new glizzy?
Hang on, fellas. We got it. Let's do this correctly. Let's go back to baseball.
Here's the pitch. Oh, shit.
Oh, what the hell?
So the Hartford Yard Goats, they released a floating hot dog submerged in milk.
Yeah.
It's a hot dog. I think there's what's in there?
It's like a Chicago style hot dog, I think.
Yes, there's like peppers and shit. Hang on, let me see if I can find a picture.
It's a good looking hot dog.
Mookie, describe
milk?
In milk, floating in milk.
Yeah.
What?
So what you got on this hot dog? It's a nice brioche bun with a fire roasted hot dog with looks like orange bell pepper, some light green chives, and then mustard on it. Real quality top shelf hot dog that then is dunked halfway down into a pint of milk.
Why? Like what?
It's a solid looking hot dog that then decide to brew it.
Well, yeah. What is the appeal to this? What are they going for?
Minor league, baby. Minor league. That's the appeal to it. We're a minor league team, and this is what we create. Just a big old bun, a lot of peppers on there. Glizzy,
and it's just your average everyday like glass of milk, right? Like,
yeah. Unless it's goat milk. I hope it's goat milk. That would make this.
I mean, I guess that would at least kind of make sense with the theme. But I mean,
I got good news. I got good news, guys.
You get a little bit more info on this thing?
It's an April Fool's. Yeah.
No, it isn't.
It is. At the end of the article, Connor said April Fool's.
No.
Hold on a second.
We read the headlines.
Mike get got by the headlines.
I didn't get got by the headline. I got got by Dorian. I got got by Dorian in the chat.
Dorian got got by the headline. Here you go, Mike. If you want, it's in the chat, the private chat. There's a Twitter video. Which, by the way, when did X get renamed X? Because we still call it Twitter, and it's been like years, right?
I ain't calling it other than whatever Musk doesn't want me to call
Twitter's mama called it Twitter, so I'm gonna call it Twitter.
Yeah, exactly. I ain't calling it whatever he wants me to. I still have my freedoms.
By the way, I'm glad we went back to baseball because
he hasn't taken away my right to be petty yet.
Mookie, I'm glad we went back to baseball because that gives us a chance to talk about this. The beer bat now has a stand that you can stand up your beer bat without having to hold it all game long. That was like the worst part of those beer bats was having to hold that and then not be able to put it down. So, and you can't put it in a cup holder. So
again, that's like, it's like the torpedo bat. Like, look at us innovating things at baseball games here in 2025. Like, this is the leap. You know, the Jetsons may have been wrong about a lot of things, but look at us. We're moving along by leaps and bounds in baseball.
But we have a beer bat with a base.
Yeah, and torpedo bats. Like, the game is revolutionizing itself.
I mean, I hope to see they put out the torpedo beer bat next. Then, like, you know, or oh shit, because you know what? If you kind of taper that neck like a torpedo bat, you have a perfect red wine glass. You know, maybe one of those California teams near Napa Valley could.
That's exactly what you want at a ballpark is red wine. Nothing says take me out of the ball game like red wine.
You know, actually, I feel like a baseball game would be a really fun place to get red wine drunk.
I'll pass.
It's got the right vibes.
I'm not a red wine fan anyways. Give me some white wine.
Oh boy.
What?
I'm judging you. That's all.
Why?
I mean, if you're going to be like, I don't like red wine. I'm a white wine person. Like, that just means you're weak. You don't like the flavor.
You were the one who ordered beer at a winery. So I don't want to hear your shit, man. Like, you can't judge me on which wine I like when you got a Coors Light at a winery.
First of all, it was the house IPA. Fuck you.
The house IPA.
Second of all, I wasn't trying to get red wine drunk that night because I was eating some steak.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you know what goes good with steak? Red wine.
Red wine.
Talk Don't try to start back up. I just did come in.
Hold on, though, Mike.
No.
You know what goes really?
We're talking football, Mook.
I will push through this hard like an Oklahoma drill.
That's what she said.
You know what really?
We cannot talk about this right now. We've already moved on.
You know what really tastes.
You know
good.
what that did? He's going. Time we're timeouting Mookie. Unbelievable.
No,
unmute your mic. You're in timeout. You can't unmute your own mic. That's unbelievable. Stop it. I will continue to hit this button. You are not going to stay unmuted. Scott, how about Coach Prime? Did you hear about his spring game idea that he wanted to do?
No, but I heard about his fat ass new contract.
He did get a fat ass new contract. He was hoping that he could change how Colorado does the spring game. Mookie keeps hitting the mute, and nobody can see it except for me, and it's driving me fucking nuts.
And then he hacks into the mic. Classic.
So Rhyme wanted to do a special spring game where instead of doing an inter-squad scrimmage, he brings Syracuse out to Colorado. They do a couple practices together and then scrimmage for the spring game. Like, that was his plan, to do a scrimmage for the spring game. And he petitioned the NCAA, and the NCAA was like, nah, we're not going to let you do that. That sounds like an idea. So at a time when other colleges are like completely doing away with their spring game because they don't want people to poach their players and like guys hop in the portal right after the spring game, Prime is like, you know what? I want a scrimmage. Put me and Syracuse on TV for a scrimmage before the season starts. How do you feel about that idea, Scott?
I actually like that idea. I mean, if you're going to do away with the spring practices anyway, then why not just turn it into more of an event and more of a circus, right? Like, I mean, if his idea was just to get more eyeballs, like, it's working. Like, I mean, he gets these recruits, like, because of eyeballs, because of who he is, because he gets his name out there, because he's loud. Like, I'd be using it.
It's genius. Mookie, I'll let you out of timeout. What do you got on Dion changing the spring game?
Oh, I'm all for it. And I think something that like flew a little bit under the radar with the NCAA's ruling, like, yes, they were wrong and they're old as always, but there was a hint at maybe just some hope because they said not at this time, which makes me think
open, huh?
Right, and I think what they're trying to maybe
Sounds like they haven't figured out how they can get their cut yet, so they're just trying to
nailed it. Exactly. They gotta figure out how to monetize this shit.
How does this work for us? We'll get back to you.
Oh yeah, exactly. And as soon as that happens, you'll see this just spread across.
Yeah, that's really the
Big
answer.
Ten Spring Game Challenge, and you know what? I am here for it. Because look, the USFL, it's not bad, but it's not what we would get with yet just one more college football game. Because look, again, kind of like we had talked about with March Madness, I would love to see players be able to use this game as a way to, leverage their value in the transfer portal. Because again, there's ways schools could use this to their advantage, but honestly, you're going to get competitive, not really meaningful, but like entertaining football in the spring. Like you're just going to get that one dose, that one hit to get you over to like OTAs or the draft. Like, oh man, it's coming. And I just hope they figure out a way to time it out so that you have March Madness, spring games, NFL draft, NBA finals, NHL finals, and then just like that dog shit period in July and August while you have his baseball. Well, actually, that's not true. In August, you get Little League. So that's then we just have to figure out July.
You get drunk ass Joey Chestnut from opening day. That's just slurring his words, talking about the hot dog finding him. My favorite glizzy is the one I'm eating. That's my favorite glizzy. Legend.
I love how he was just like hammered, unencumbered, and like, yes, I will just take a random street side interview because fuck it.
I mean, the dude did come on our show, so he is very open to just whoever wants to ask him questions.
Kind of like that dude that rode down the parade and at the Reds opening day parade, jamming on his guitar.
Hey man, if you've got a lane like that, you got to stay relevant somehow, man. Getting your face out there again, it's smart. Like you may look at it as like, oh, he's just talking about. Hey, he stays relevant every time he does that, because otherwise you're not thinking about Joey Chestnut if he's not shoving glizzies down his throat.
You know, another place that's really good for staying relevant is this show. So hey, Joey, you know what I mean? Like opening day was last week. This is an off week to recover. What you doing next week?
But that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, like he's down to do stuff. Like whatever gets his name out there, even if he's just like, oh, those ass clowns have like four listeners, whatever.
I'll shoot him another email. Be like, Joey, we've doubled since the last time we talked.
Plus, you also clearly have nothing else going on.
Also, it cannot be on my anniversary dinner night this time, so that I can hang out with Joey and be cool.
Yeah, probably a good idea.
That'd be great.
One last football story for you guys. We know that Andrew Luck has taken over as the GM of Stanford football. And in his first like major act,
know that, or did we find out?
You did not know that? You had no idea that Andrew Luck.
I mean, I was like kind of sort of aware, but I didn't really know until he hired his old buddy.
Yes, so they fired the coach at Stanford due to bullying claims. They looked into it and decided that this coach had to go. He bullied players and went back-to-back 3-9 seasons, so that was enough to justify getting rid of him. And Andrew Luck
also female athletic training staff was apparently really inappropriate with them. Let's not just gloss over that because consent is still important.
That in the article I read. Thank you for making me feel like a complete asshole. I did not realize. I thought it was like bullying claims from players. Did not realize there was.
Is this guy also suing Netflix?
Not yet.
Hold on. Well done. And we can throw a Coach JB reference out.
Yeah, it was right there on the tee.
That was great. Anyways, Andrew Luck has opened up the search and has decided that Frank Reich is going to be the head coach.
I love
Stanford.
it
for 12 months only.
Yep, just for
one season.
Just bring him in for a season, let him do something for a season, and then we'll search for a coach. So he literally hired his buddy as an interim coach at Stanford. But that means that next year, fellas, you realize what we get? We get Reich versus Belichick. North Carolina versus Stanford.
Oh my God!
Hold on, no. The thing I don't understand is why is it that he's just in a holding pattern? Like Frank has come out and said, I'm not interviewing for the Stanford job. And they're also not going to start interviewing for it till after next season.
End of the season, yeah.
So, like, what the hell are they doing? Although,
Yeah, I don't know why you would do this if you're.
It doesn't make any sense. What the hell do you tell recruits? Or are you just saying, you know what, this year's going to be a complete wash? Don't give a shit. We'll hit the portal hard in January of 26.
That's what I don't understand in this day and age of college football landscape of like kids jumping into the portal constantly, like a record number of student athletes in the portal this year. We're just like, you know what? He's only going to be here for a year. Maybe just stick around, because if you don't like him, we're going to have somebody else next year. So it's fine. Just hang out for, like, you're committed anyway.
What a
just
selling point.
See if something better comes along.
It's a weird way to run the operation, but I guess do you, Andrew Luck? Is this what he saved? Is this what he saved his brain for in the NFL? Like, this doesn't feel very smart.
I will say, though, I think there is definitely a silver lining here, because the the Twitter account of Andrew Luck, the Civil War general or whatever.
Is it back up and running?
It's come back with vengeance, man. And like the best part was, I was reading the tweet he put out about it, and he was like, blah blah blah. We brought, General Frank has joined our march, and we will triumph or whatever. Then they hit us with the tell the cows, because I know they were worrying about this. Oh man, it's an interesting way to go about it, but to me it just says Stanford football, don't give a fuck this year.
Right, completely irrelevant, man. Screaming that. And I mean, if we can hear that, then these kids are like, I guess that'll be my last option.
I guess I'll end up at Stanford.
Right.
Put out some tape to transfer at the end of the season, like like the spring game, right? Just look at his leverage.
I used to think Stanford was such a cool school because that's where Zach Morris got accepted to, and I wanted to go to Stanford so bad because he got that 1501 on his SATs and then got accepted into Stanford, but Jesse didn't. I was like, man, Stanford's got to be awesome. Zach Morris is going to go there. It's got to be awesome.
It's not wrong. I mean,
that's some amazing advertising for Stanford, let me tell you. Like, seriously, think about that. Like, they probably didn't even know that, like, there was any type of effect from a random happening in a kids TV show at that time.
Oh no, come on,
there's people that. No, I mean, like, because it's not like the writer.
You're looking at this the wrong way.
Confer with the school.
Oh, I'm sure Stanford's out there going, wait a minute, there's a blonde-haired, blue-eyed, heartthrob male going to college. He should go to Stanford. They were out there lobbying every single ABC, Disney Channel sitcom to make sure they were front of mind for the right candidate in those shows to influence the next generation.
No, they weren't.
I was gonna say
some writer that was like, "We're in California. What's a smart
right.
right. I'm going to Stanford."
Yeah. Instead, it was probably like, "Wow, how lucky are we that our our school got a throwaway mention in this show?" But also, there's no way that they knew that some kid who grew up in Ohio would be watching that and think, wow, I want to go to this school because it must be cool if this fictional character went there, is the point I was trying to make, Mook, but I don't know where you were going. Thanks for derailing it. It's cool.
At least I didn't get left on red twice in one show. Hey, that's all I'm saying.
Sing, I won't have any time for school. I'll never get into Stanford.
Stanford there was another. Who else was it? I feel like there was another TV character that went to Stanford.
Not Corey and Topanga, so who cares?
Well, yeah, because they were in Philadelphia, so it'd have been real weird if they traveled.
Where did they go to school though? What was that fictional college? Because it was like Pittsburgh State Tech.
I don't know, but Ben Savage's brother was a dick professor at that school.
Sure was, yeah.
What an asshole he was. Fred, what a son of a bitch.
I feel like that was mimicking real life.
Pembroke University. That's right.
Pembroke, yes. Pembroke.
Sounds very prestigious.
Topanga could have gone to Yale. Instead,
she could have.
Pembroke with Corey.
Yeah, might as well have been a community college.
Unbelievable.
The local made-up college.
But that's another one that skewed my entire reality growing up because I was like, when I get to college, there are bathrooms that are both guys and girls, and they're in there showering at the same time. College is going to be the best. And then I got to college, and it was just me and 3 other dudes sharing a bathroom that, if it wasn't for the cleaning lady that came in once a week, would have been the most disgusting place in the world. So yeah, thanks again for
to be
ruining-
fair though, Mike, you did
Mike.
choose to go to a private Catholic university instead of a state school where
but even
they
if
just
don't-
let people mingle.
They don't have there. Come on, there's not men's and women's showers.
I don't know. Have
Mook,
you been to UC or Ohio State's campuses? Who knows how things go down there? Who knows?
Let's talk hockey.
But hey, as they say in hockey, let's do that hockey.
Scott,
He's so close.
he's 4 away.
Golly, man. What's happening?
4 away. How many games are left?
I don't know, a handful.
Technically right.
You didn't know he was 4 away until I said it, did you? Like you
No, actually, I did know that because I saw. Yeah, I've actually seen the countdown recently. Like when he got under like 10ish, it seemed to ping my radar a lot more.
8 games. 8 games
8
remain.
games.
He needs 4.
I'm saying 9.
Oh, you got 9? No, I'm counting 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I count 8.
Oh, they're playing the 9th right now.
Right.
In which he does have a power play goal.
Do you think that Wayne is going to Nancy Kerrigan this motherfucker?
That'd be awesome.
Hey, Google it, kids. Also, Google Wayne Gretzky.
Oh, God, that's. The sad part is they don't need to Google Wayne Gretzky because he's on NBC's NHL coverage. So like, oh yeah, the dude on
is
the
he?
desk.
They don't have to Google Wayne Gretzky because they know his daughter. That's why they don't have to.
Yeah,
Google
no
Wayne
doubt.
Gretzky. They're just like, oh, Paul,
She's kind of jumped the shark though. We're over her.
okay, Mook. Sure.
I got a shark she could jump.
Again, as long as you have consent.
I mean, I said I got a shark she could jump. I didn't say I'd jump her with my shark. It's implied consent, man. Come on. Jeez. 3rd and 2, Mook.
I'm good.
Hey, can we go back real quick, Mook? Get the air horn ready because I missed this comment and it's great. Tyson said, I think dropping out of Xavier was way easier than dropping out of Stanford. And he's right. Give him the rap air horn. Also, Gabe, give Gabe one. Wonder how long Mike would have lasted at Stanford. Sorry, Mike.
I saw both of them. I was like, don't need to kick the guy right now.
That's amazing. No, that's good.
Oh, they're solid. They're on point. Their
man.
timing was was good too. Sarah, on the other hand, saying she was Tanya Harding for Halloween a few years ago, which I think is just even.
Now that is a
that's just
timely
great.
reference.
But this to me is impressive.
That
She
is
said
a
she
very
wore
good
ice skates all night long.
Wow, what?
That's crazy.
Sarah, did you take the kid out trick-or-treating door to door while wearing ice skates? Because that feels like a Guinness record of some sort. I don't know. There's got to be
How did
something.
you not break your ankles?
Oh, that's what I'm thinking, man. Like,
Yikes.
you drag a pick on like a busted piece of concrete. Oh, that's no fun.
Tyson saying, and Scott, I want to know your thoughts on this take. Tyson saying, if it wasn't for 2 lockouts and COVID, Ovi would be close to 1,000 goals right now. How do you feel about that take?
I mean, with all that time missed, yeah. I mean, think about all the different types of records across sports that got affected because of COVID. I mean, LA didn't have a real World Series victory until this past season, thanks to COVID. Like a recent one.
I don't like to claim it, but do the Reds still get credit for the Cy Young that year? That COVID
Oh
year?
yeah, that's fine. Individual awards. No,
I don't like to claim it because it's Bauer and fuck Trevor Bauer, but I just need
I mean that's the bigger issue than the actual winning of the Cy Young. But yeah, no, I mean like awards like that are different. Like, but crowning a champion in a sport that prides itself on playing a whole bunch of games to determine the place, and then be like, nah, you know what, 40's cool. I mean, they are champions of whatever that was, whatever season that was. Okay, they are champions of that.
So should we hit the basketball drop, or are we still talking hockey?
We're still talking hockey.
Cool.
Because Biscuit wanted to know, Scott, what happens if Ovi doesn't get it this year? Does he come back and just get the record and then retire like mid-season or whenever he breaks the record?
Or do you do whatever he wants to do? I mean, seriously, you breaking that record, he's not going to not do it. So whatever it takes at this point, I mean. And then once he breaks it, I mean, like you're not going to kick him out. So he gets to do whatever he wants to do at that point. And I mean, you would reserve the right to just be like, all right, well, thanks. That's what I was here for. I'll see you later.
He's also not slowing down because tonight was
right. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't feel like he
still got gas in the tank. This is no Putin situation, right? Where they say you scored 6, and then you see what happened on the ice. We're like, oh, okay.
I thought you meant like where he's falling downstairs and pooping himself, and people around him are denying it. Like I thought you meant like that. Like he's not like decrepit in hockey.
That is not what jumped to mind. No, but like
he's still functioning.
Still putting up 38 goals in the AHL season ain't bad. I will say, Scott, how closely have you been watching the build up to the Frozen Four?
What? Anybody got time for a Frozen Four?
Dude, the Frozen Four is awesome.
It is dope. It is really. It is really dope.
That because I was going to ask you, Scott, like, what do you think?
It's
about
been years.
Players?
It's been years since I paid any attention to the Frozen Four, though. So I will admit that.
But do you see there being any key players or additions to teams like the Capitals with their rookie signing, like Cale Makar did for the Avalanche years ago, making an actual impact straight out of college as we're going into this Stanley Cup playoff push?
That's probably somebody already doing it. So, next question.
Okay.
Who gets MVP this year, Scott, or whatever the trophy is called? It's not the MVP. Who gets
the Conn Smythe?
Yeah, who?
I know that one.
Hold on.
Hockey expert. Your hockey expert isn't a total dummy.
I tried to sneak one in the 5-hole there and get
it. You did. You tried to get one past the goalie, but you missed.
That was a good one. Is Ovi the odds-on favorite for this? I mean, like, if he breaks the record, does he get it this year, or is somebody else getting it?
Nah, it's Connor McWhat's-his-fuck.
McJesus. Yeah, good call.
Yeah. It's 3rd and 2.
Connor McWhat's-his-fuck.
That's our hockey expert. Connor McWhat's-his-fuck.
It's Connor McDavid. We love the Canadians now, though, so I guess you know.
All right,
I love them.
I need some wisdom of the herd here opinion. So we're in the first round, and it's only a 2-round fantasy hockey playoff. And I was pushing really hard. I got it snatched from me at the last second of getting the 3 seed, which would have meant I would have avoided playing.
Move this man!
Do I roll over and lose the playoff game?
Move this man!
Crowdsourcing fantasy near the end of the show. What a new low.
Do I roll over?
Fantasy hockey advice.
Do I roll over and take the L?
Move this man!
You can't even hear me. You don't understand. You're not even trying to let me be heard.
Oh my god!
That's because you're talking fantasy hockey advice.
I'm trying to talk ethical and moral decisions in my life, man, not fantasy hockey advice.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Biscuit. Boo. 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 You know what, Mookie, you've ruined it. I don't even want to talk hockey anymore. This is all your fault. So now we're going to talk basketball.
Boom shakalaka!
March Madness sucks. This tournament has sucked.
Are you kidding me?
So
No.
over. This is stupid.
No.
An all chalk Final Four.
Wonderful.
Stupid.
Perfect. Best thing that ever happened.
No,
Best
dumb.
Mm-hmm.
Dumb. You know why it's dumb? Because the person who doesn't know shit about basketball at work that filled out their bracket and just went with a chalk bracket is winning the bracket challenge this year. Stupid. I hate it. I hate all of it. I hate that it's 4 1 seeds. I get that it's only the second time in like the history of the tournament that this has ever happened, but I still hate it. It's dumb. I thought with NIL we were going to get more parity. We're not. It's stupid. Go ahead, Mook. Defend it. Defend this all chalk bracket. And here, you know what? I'm gonna go Eminem on you here. I already know what you're gonna say. Oh, you got a good payday because I picked all 4 number 1.
Yeah, I made a bunch of money, so I'm fucking loving it, man. I got paid.
Stupid.
Yeah, well, sometimes that's why you got to throw down a little coin on the long shot and boost those profit odds, because all you got to do is hit it once a year and you're paid up to just gamble for the rest of your life. It's beautiful.
Stupid.
Shit.
Miller for Craze. Oh, he backed it in. We're going to overtime.
What was your shit comment?
It was because he was trying to find the button.
Yeah, I was gonna say, was that you, Scott?
I
Did you
knew.
hit that one?
No, I did not. I did not.
Oh,
but
okay.
I knew we had a professional in the building tonight, so I was like, I'm not going to bother. I know that Mike will get to it. And then hearing you fumble around made it even funnier.
Well, because I saw Matt commented overtime. I was like, oh damn, we're there already. All right.
It was very close. It was very close. By the way,
Look,
Sarah,
has the basketball not been the most entertaining and the
It
most
sucked.
capturing?
It's
No,
been
it's been bad.
terrible.
But I'm telling you, dude, the women's tournament's been great.
women's
Like,
tournament.
those games have been
tournament
so
has been fine.
awesome.
But this men's tournament has been garbage.
Well, sometimes you have an off year. Like, shit happens, man. Like, and honestly, I think the 4 number 1 seeds are that much better of teams. Like, I just think that's the reality this year in college basketball. When you look at Florida, Auburn, Duke, and Houston, it's been trash because you got a lot of mid teams that just whomped on each other a little bit until the big boys showed up and said, okay, cool, get out of our way. The men are playing now.
Those Elite 8 games were boring as shit. Outside of that Texas, what was it, Texas Tech? Like, outside of that game, every Elite 8 game was just garbage. It was horrible to watch. It was boring. I hated it. Biscuit, I did
so
see
much
that.
else to watch. Like, who
There
cares?
was- Did you guys see that? There was somebody who filled out a women's bracket and had a perfect bracket,
Oh, no.
but forgot to pick the winner. They got to the end of the bracket and didn't choose a winner. So they had a perfect bracket. I think it was going into the Elite 8. I don't know if it was still perfect after the Elite 8 games, but a perfect bracket, but never filled in a champion. That's a kick to the balls. That's got to suck.
Sucks.
Guys, there was some news, though, that was floated about some college basketball that is pertinent to us. By the way, deep sigh of relief, boys. I know you were upset last week. You were worried we were going to get the return of the Mac. Luckily, we are not. We're getting Dick Pitino instead. I'll take it. I'm not happy about it, but it's better than bringing back Chris Mack. So I'll take it.
Don't even care anymore. Like, I don't care who the name is. Let's just fast forward to the fall, win some basketball games, beat UC, and get to the second weekend.
Can we get Dick Pitino off the ground? I don't want to call him Richard Pitino. Can we call him Dick? Can that
Dick.
become
Dick
a thing?
Pitt?
I feel like if your name is Richard, you don't get to decide what you go by. Other people get to. You're either Rick or Dick, and it's based on what other people see. And he's a Dick. He's Dick Pitino.
He's Dick Pitino. Yeah.
Yeah. So we got big Dick Pitino leading the team now.
Well, especially when Rick had his dick out at the restaurant.
Somebody tweeted out and said Sereno's is in for a long stretch, and I died laughing. I was like, that's amazing. That's amazing. Poor Sereno's going to be like, sorry, Mr. Pitino, you are not allowed in our restaurant. We're capable of inside of Italian restaurants. But there was some news this week because Seth Greenberg on ESPN said that it makes too much sense, and the ACC and the Big East should merge together and form the first basketball focused super conference. And fellas, I'm here for it. I am here for this.
But like how many? That's like 20 something teams.
It is. You'd have to rework the schedule. You would have to kind of figure out how to get this going. But a Big East ACC merger would elevate the Big East like that. That'd be huge, man.
I do like the aspect in the college basketball schedule where you get the home and home in the conference. Like I think that adds a lot of validity to the strength of schedule or the conference being strong or weak. Having those two games, I like where your head's at, but logistically, how the hell does that actually work?
It can be done. It can be done. You're not playing every team in the merged conference.
Well, but does every team survive the merge? I mean, maybe it's like Survivor where we vote some people off, then we merge.
No, they're trying to make a super conference, and here's why.
Well, what about all the ones that still play football, though?
What about them? Who cares about football?
No, but I mean, if it's
football.
basketball central and you've got all those ACC teams that have football teams, like what happens?
They're going to be bailing anyways. Let Clemson leave. Let Florida State leave. Fine, go ahead. And then the teams that still are, they can join another conference in football. Like let them go independent and try to be like Notre Dame, but stay in the ACC.
I'd love to try to see those idiots pull that off. Nah, man, you can't touch this. You got Jesus.
I read an article about how the conference that is about to gain the most from the future revenue sharing that's coming out is the Big East schools, because schools are going to be required to share revenue. And in places like Duke, in places like Clemson, Florida State, Alabama, Ohio State, they have to spend more on their football programs, but Big East programs are mainly basketball first schools. The revenue generation is going to be higher for the basketball programs than it is everywhere else. The Big East teams are standing to spend like $8 million on their basketball programs, whereas other schools like Ohio State, USC, they're going to be spending like $3 or $4 million. So the Big East schools are going to benefit from the generation. We might have I'm just saying, I would not be surprised if the Big East is a power conference in the next 10 years.
I just love that sports is going all in on becoming big business. And what I said before is going to come true, where the Saudi fund is going to come and start buying up pieces of the Ohio State athletic department. Like it's coming. I can't wait. Because can you imagine having that level of money and financing in a college football team? Oh, man, it's going to be like college football 25 online dynasty numbers out there on the field. It's going to be awesome.
I hate that dynasty mode. Scott, what do you think about a Big East ACC merger?
I'm here for it. Like I said, the only confusion was what happens with the schools that have the football programs that aren't wanting to give that up. But if you're just like, well, those ones will peel off, like, then let's go. I think it has to happen because this tournament was bad, man. And there's got to be some way to reshape college basketball once the dust kind of settles with everything. Because like this is the Wild West is not working for basketball, isn't it? I think it works better for football, but this basketball experiment it's really bad. And so hopefully if they did do something like this merger, you'd have them like push for change within the actual March Madness tournament, because it can't go on like this. I don't care about it in its current
29
form.
teams. That'd be 29 schools in that league if you combine them together. Which
27
actually,
Clemson and Florida State leave.
What? Oh, what? So they would be.
Clemson and Florida State are already trying to get out of the ACC.
Oh, sure. Okay.
Too. So the ACC, to keep from crumbling as these schools get out of their media rights deal, they can merge with the Big East. So it's not going to be all of them, because once those dominoes fall, other teams are going to leave too. Miami will probably.
I was just going to say, what about Miami? They've got to go, right?
That's a school, but that's a school that could go independent as a football program and then stay in the ACC for all other sports. Like that's a brand that could carry it. I just think there's just so much possibility here.
I like it.
Keep your eyes open, boys. Big East, dominant. 10 years, dominant. So much cash. They're going to be flush. It's going to be the best.
So
And
do you think
we'll still be wishing for that elusive
Do-
Final Four?
Do you think that like the introduction of the what's the Fox Sports tournament in Vegas? It's not Unrivaled, but like they're the Crown or whatever the hell it is.
Oh, the one that UC is going for?
Yeah. Do you think that hurt? I mean,
No.
I guess UC wasn't selected for the tournament, so I don't know. It just
No. Yeah. it didn't.
pass.
Dynamite drop in, Mook. All right, 2 quick stories before we get out of here. We're going to start with the tennis story. 19-year-old Jakub Mensik. He was playing in the Miami Open. His knee was hurting really bad. He said he could barely walk. He had his withdrawal papers in his hand before his first match of the tournament. Went to turn in his papers to withdraw from the tournament. The official was out to lunch. So he withdraw from the tournament, and he had to play the match. He won the match, moved on to the next round, won that match, made it to the finals where he went up against Joker and beat him and won the Miami Open in like a tiebreaker set, which Joker never loses.
Yeah.
Joker dominates tiebreaker sets. This kid, a 19-year-old with bad knees, beat Joker in a tournament that he was trying to quit at the beginning of. Great story. Such a great story from
That's
awesome.
amazing.
I feel so hard for this kid.
Yeah, I love that story. Like, wait, do we have any
You're
explanation
19
about
with
like
bad
how
knees.
he got past like all of these people though? Like, especially the final boss there. You're like, surely by the time he got there, like Joker was like, okay, like gotta take this kid seriously. Like, huh?
He's that dude that actually beat Mike Tyson Punch Out.
Yeah,
He
he's a
got all the way
legend.
there, and he actually finished the deed.
Yeah, he'll be a legend at somewhere. A legend at his local bar, that's for sure.
I hope someone just pays to get him some new knees, because if your knees are failing at 19, like, brother, you're in for a world of pain.
Yeah, dude.
He's in
Jeez.
trouble. Not the best career choice when you're 19 years old and your knees are already shot.
Yeah.
You're like, well, I'll just dominate a tennis court.
Hey,
Great
at least
story.
he had his moment in the sun, so he could be like the Chevy Chase, like club pro, except like not Caddyshack, but the tennis version of it. He basically saved himself from an early, we don't need to get too dark here.
Yeah, that got weird. Let's talk soccer.
Yeah, it got weird.
Mook,
The great point, Scott. He's too young to go to the bar.
Oh my god, yeah, I didn't even
Like,
think
he's
about
gonna have
that.
to wait 2 years to cash in on those free
Yikes.
beers, man.
and if you're like winning the Miami Open, you're well known in your hometown. Like,
Yeah,
people
that's
are
what I'm
like,
saying. He'll be a legend there, but he
You
can't even
know
get a
it's
drink.
a fake, Jacob. Get out of here. Like, go. I'm gonna call your dad.
Or no, and Mike, it's Miami. So like, Jake, goddamn, dude, not the fucking front door. We told you go around back. Like, we can't. Like, we gotta be cool, man. Just be cool.
Quick soccer story for you. Mookie's club Arsenal has unveiled a dating game.
Let's
Mook.
go.
They're trying to pair up single
go.
Arsenal fans, and they do like a dating show, and
It's
then
gonna be so
they go
good.
on a date to the game, I guess.
It's gonna be so good. Yeah, it's not bachelor or bachelorette, because it's a lot of singles mixing together, and they have a reality series over a couple of weeks where it culminates in a
So
final
this is like a
date.
TV show that they're putting out.
Yeah, it's a reality TV show that they're releasing on like Arsenal TV, I believe. It's going to be carried on Channel 4, because in England their channel, it's not Fox, ABC, it's like 2, 7, Channel 5. And yeah, it's a bunch of singles mixed together, and the series or the season finale will be at an Arsenal match in this like amazing owner suite backdrop, where we'll see who gets the final rose or cleat or shin guard or whatever it is. One of a kind. Once again, the best club in the world, trailblazing as we securely lock in our second position behind Liverpool. Yeah, that's where we're at right now. We're really excited about the progress we've made in our reality TV programming.
Getting some Arsenal. I love it. They missed out on how that should have been.
Sure
named.
did. Yeah.
And then-
Well, it'll show. I'm sure it's going to be in the tabloids, though.
Get you some arse for Arsenal. Let's talk about these beers that were just such a weird thing, man. Like, you know what we could do? We could have a reality TV dating show.
Right. Like, I love that that's where they
around our
go.
soccer club. What the hell? Like, what are we doing, man?
I'll watch, but hey, you know what? Big win for the women's club this weekend in English Premier League. They're continuing to show up. They're doing well in the what is it? The Women's Super League, not quite Champions League, but there's hope. There's hope for the Gooners still. Caesar would be happy. I'll just say that.
Scott, what were you drinking tonight? Dog or no dog?
Modest Brewing Company's Peach Plum THC Seltzer. It's purple drink, and it's a dog. I'm mad. I need to find more.
You all up in my bladder. Sorry. We do have to find some more of that. Mookie, what are you drinking? Dog or no dog?
Mad Tree rounding third. I'll go with it was a dog. You know, it was an experience. It's a local beer. It fits in with the baseball season theme. It was a dog. And yes, Tyson finally confirming he stuck to his bit all 104 minutes of it.
Shocked.
April
Tyson,
Fool fuckers.
You mean you didn't really support Mookie this entire
You didn't support Mookie at all?
This entire show? Crazy. I'm shocked by that. I had no idea. I was drinking Starry Night from WeldWorks Brewing. Absolute dog. Fantastic brew. I highly recommend. Fellas, this is a show. Holy cow. It's good to be back, though.
April Fools!
I love this guy.
This wasn't a show.
Everything.
Gotcha, you sons of bitches.
None of this shit happened.
Just such dicks.
Uno, dos, tres, cuatro.
Thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate it. We appreciate all the comments. You guys really make this show. So thank you all for tuning in. Be sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel. Hit that like button. Let's bump up some numbers here. Follow the show at Crafty Sports on Instagram. We're on Twitter. We're on Blue Sky, TikTok at Crafty Sports. Go hit us up there. Join the Facebook group. It's really the only reason to have Facebook. Fuck Meta. But go hang out there and find Sarah's picture of her is Tanya Harding. Apparently, she posted it. Biscuit said it's amazing. So go find it there in the Facebook group. Also, shout out Belly Up Sports, bellyupsports.com. Tons of great content there. Shout out to all the Belly Up Sports podcasts. Go like, rate, review all those podcasts as well. We will see you all next week. Guys, we're coming up on 9 years this month. That's crazy. That's crazy. So we'll see you guys next week. We'll try to figure out something for 9 years. We won't think of anything.
Yeah.
Celebrate with snow bunnies.
You'll never walk alone. Horns up.
I don't know much about your show or what's going on.